Hello everyone, this is John Frausto with Topspin Tennis. In this video, I'm going to show you how to develop more feel and control on your kick serve. Enjoy the video. Alright, so the goal on the kick serve is to impart as much topspin on the ball, and by keeping your racket head speed up and generating that topspin, you should be able to get that ball to get good net clearance and dip back into the court. One of the biggest struggles for players is that they don't understand that you need to accelerate in order to impart more topspin. I use the analogy of riding a bike. So we all remember when we first learned how to ride a bike. We're hesitant, right? We're shaky, we're not pedaling, we don't have enough speed. And what happens? When you don't have any speed, the handlebars are wobbling, you have no control. But as you progress, you get better at, pedaling, getting control of the handlebars. The more speed you have, the less you have to steer. Same thing with Formula One racing, IndyCar. The more speed they have, they're really not moving that steering wheel very much. The same can be true with the kick serve. The more racket head speed you get, the actual more control you have. So I'm going to show you some drills here that are going to help you improve your control and your feel. So drill number one, and you've seen it before, this is not something that I created, but I do use it a lot when teaching the kick serve, is just get the hand vertical, right? So the hand's going to be vertical here. Put the ball behind the hand, and all you're going to do is you just want to feel that ball go up and down the hand. You don't want your hand here, otherwise the ball is going to roll off. You just want it vertical and just get that feel. The kick serve is a lot of feel, it's a lot of racket head speed. Once you feel that, then what you're going to do is you're actually going to release it. Okay? So I love this vertical plane here because you're not allowed to really push. You're only able to lift. And if you watch my hand, it'll naturally finish off to the right. So let's do it one more time. So I'm going to just get the feel, hand is vertical, and then I'm just going to lift. And by doing that, that ball is going to travel up the hand. The more speed I get, the more spin that I can impart. So try that drill. It's a great way just to get the feel of the verticality of the stroke and how I'm going to go up and my hand finishes across, right? So that's the motion. So once you have the hand, that hand position down, then what we're going to do is we're just going to do the same thing, but now we're going to put the racket in your hand. Now the key here to any great kick serve is to have the proper grip. I'm going to go with the continental grip. Remember, it's just almost like we're going to hold a glass of lemonade in our hand, or that hammer grip. That's the ideal grip. But by putting that hand out in front and then turning that racket to the side, we're going to get that feel of how to brush up and across the ball. So we're going to impart that topspin. Notice how I'm not allowed to push through. Notice the racket path, how it's going to move to the right. And it's not forced. If I just tell myself to brush up and across, then I naturally finish off to the right. So one of the key phrases that I use on the kick serve is you're going to try to lift the ball with the strings. All right, now that I feel comfortable here, now what we're actually going to do is we're actually just going to put the racket behind the head. And I'm going to get into this power position. I love this position where, we get a 90-degree angle here, 90-degree angle here. It's multiple 90-degree angles, but this power position is a great way to start learning how to hit the kick serve. So it's an abbreviated position. But what we're going to do now is we're just going to we're going to get that ball and that racket behind us. So it is a blind shot, but it's a great way to teach feel. So we're here, and what you want to do then is we're going to lift the ball with the strings. So it's blind, I'm going to feel. Notice how I use my legs a little more. So the great kick serves, what they do is they actually lift with they use the whole body to lift the ball. So watch again. That hand's going to stay vertical. So a great way, you know, here, bring it behind, get that 90 degrees, and then just really try to lift that ball with the strings. And also notice how I utilize my body and my legs in order to lift that ball. One of my favorite drills, it's the ladder drill with the kick serve. So what I'm going to do is actually start up at the net, and if I make the shot, I'll work all deuce side on this, but if I'm able to, I'm going to go with the abbreviated, this power position, toss at 12 o'clock and brush up and across. If I'm able to put the ball into the deuce service box, I take a step back. If I miss the shot, I take a step forward. So my goal is to start at the net and work my way all the way back to the baseline. So let's show you how that works. All right, I'm at the net. I'm going to go ahead and practice. I made the shot. I take a step back. That was a frame. Let's do that again. Take a step back. Let's say I missed the shot. Then I would take a step forward. Make the shot, take a step back. So you understand the concept. The goal is really to work that technique, get that toss at 12 o'clock, work on brushing up and across, and then if I can make the shot, I move back. So it's great progression, great way to teach feel, control. Right, now that you're starting to get the feel, you know, we've worked from this power position, we're getting the toss at 12 o'clock. Let's go ahead and start working the full motion. Toss is in the same spot, but what I like to do is I like to hit over a net to get the feel of the verticality on the swing path. And by having this barrier, it forces me to really hit up and across the ball. So my goal here is I'm actually going to try to hit up and over the net divider or the court divider, and I'm going to try to put it on in that far service box. So what I'm doing here is I'm clearing two nets, the court divider and then the net here next to us. So let's go ahead and show you what that looks like with a full motion, okay? So here we go. That ball went in. So I'm not really, if you watch this, I'm not really allowed to really, I'm accelerating, but I'm not hitting through the ball as much. What I'm trying to do is really just lift the ball with the strings, with a full motion. By going to that far service box, it makes it a little bit easier because I have a little bit more distance to get the ball in the court. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit, then I'm going to go to the service box here on the deuce side, and I'm still going to clear two nets. This one's a little bit more challenging because I have less distance to work with, and I really got to arc this ball. I really got to make it dip back into the court. So let's see if I can make that shot. That time I used an abbreviated. Let's try the full swing. I'm going to challenge myself a little bit more here. So now I'm going to go straight across with the kick serve, and I've got to go to that far service box. So I'm only clearing one net, but I got a shorter distance here to work with a full motion. So I'm able to make it. Let's scale it up a little bit more, make it a little bit more challenging. So now I'm going to go to this closest service box. So I'm still trying to keep my racket head speed up, which can be a challenge because I don't have a big distance to work with. So you can see I made those. And then, so the toughest part now is trying to hit this kick serve and make it go into the alley across. So I'm going to be in the blue here and see if I can go with a full motion and make it go in the alley. I made that one, but you can see how challenging that is. That is a tough shot to make. and I'm still trying to accelerate. I'm probably not accelerating like I normally would, but that's more just of a feel shot and just trying to get the concept of getting that toss, you know, a little bit more over my head, you know, getting in the slot and then hitting up and across the ball. All right, the next drill I like to do is I start back at the tarp. So I'm all the way back behind the baseline here. And my only goal here is I'm gonna take the full motion, but what I'm gonna do is really try to lift the ball. I wanna try to get as much air over the net as possible and still bring it in. So I've got a long runway here, but once again, I'm teaching feel and control. So I'm gonna serve from all the way from back here and try to make it go as high as I can and still go over the net. Once again, trying to get as much lift on this shot as I can, racket head speed up, and trying to get as much air over that net as possible. All right, and then the last part of this entire progression is just the normal kick serve. A couple things to keep in mind. Obviously, you want the toss at 12 o'clock. We're gonna have a little further back. Make sure you keep your racket head speed up. You want racket head speed is your friend. Continental grip is as well. Well, let's just kind of show you what it looks like then, a good kick serve. And I'm really gonna hit these. I'm gonna go all out. I'm really gonna use my legs. One other thing too to keep in mind is, in order to really impart this topspin, you're going to have to stay sideways a little more. So what we don't want is us turning completely and then we end up flattening out the ball. If you stay sideways, you watch Federer, Nadal, the top pros, they actually will stay sideways a little more, lead with that edge and go up and across the ball. So the only way, you don't want to spoil the contact and go through the ball. You actually want to go up and across the ball. So let's show you what that looks like. So I'm using the kinetic chain. I toss. Once I release that toss and get into my loading position, that's my opportunity to get balanced and accelerate to the ball. One thing to keep in mind too, so I'm getting that ball over my head, right? But I am still getting that ball into the court. That's another challenge with a lot of people on the kick serve, is that when they hit, the toss is back, and they actually don't go out into the court. You want to still get that ball at 12 o'clock, but get it out into the court so your weight's going up and across, and then out into the court. All right, I hope this helped. Please leave a comment below. What did you like best about this video? Is there anything that really helped you? Also, if you haven't done it already, please hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. The more likes, the more comments, the better this channel gets. We really, really do appreciate your support. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.